Hello everybody! In this video I will show you what to do if your hard disk stops, freezes, malfunctions or cannot be seen in BIOS.
Hello friends! If you need to recover deleted data, view or restore removed browsing history, Hetman Software Products will help you. Follow the link in the description, download the necessary program for free, install it and analyze the disk. The utility will show you the data you can recover, so you'll be able to view it or get it back. In our channel and blog you will find solutions to any problem, from installing an operating system or configuring it to fixing possible bugs and errors or optimizing mobile gadgets. Our specialists will answer any questions you ask in your comments under the videos or articles.
If you encounter the following problems: it starts rotating and then stops suddenly with squeaks or clicks, when transferring files from one disk to another, or when opening photos and videos the computer freezes, shows a blue screen, or if the operating system won't boot at all. If the disk is pretty old, examine the circuit board visually, and if you see any corroded contacts, the following method is very likely to help you. First of all, you need to remove the circuit board. You can do it by unscrewing these 4 small bolts, but you need to have a special Torx screwdriver, T6 or T7 type. If your disk is of laptop type, it can have more bolts than that, but the basic principle is the same, so it doesn't matter actually if you're dealing with a larger or smaller hard disk. Having finished with the bolts, pull the board. Don't worry, you're not going to damage anything, provided that you have unscrewed all the bolts. Turn the board upside down and you will see 2 groups of contacts. Those contacts supply power to the hard disk motor, and these are the contacts we need to find because they help transfer data. Over time, they can get corroded and it can affect the way how the hard disk works. For example, in my case, they are heavily corroded and the hard disk began to freeze at times, and soon the operating system was not able to boot. To remove this substance, take a rubber and do some careful cleaning moves. If it doesn't help, take some cotton wool and spirit. Moisten the cotton wool with spirit and wipe the contacts carefully. You can even try to wipe the entire board if it's covered in dust. Don't worry, the spirit won't harm the circuitry. If the contacts have become too corroded and you can't clean them easily, there is one more way to fix it. Take some polishing paste, for example DYI polishing paste, put a little paste on the cotton wool and rub the contacts carefully. Or you can take the disk to a servicing workshop, where they will do about the same thing for your money. You can put the board back to its place after you have finished with the cleaning. When the disk is put together, connect it to the computer and check if it's working properly. Another frequent problem with hard disks is getting their magnetic heads stuck. If the disk is not recognized in BIOS and is not displayed in the device manager, emits squeaking sounds and you cannot hear the platters rotating, there must be a problem with stuck magnetic heads. It may be caused by the hard disk falling or being hit, problems with the air pressure inside the hermetically sealed block, or sudden turning off the computer. In each of the possible scenarios, the magnetic heads lack the time they need to return to the safe landing area and get stuck to the platter surface. Now it is only some physical action that can help get them to where they originally belong. When the heads get stuck, it is accompanied with a typical sound like short beeping repeated in cycles. To return the hard disk magnetic heads to the landing area, you need to take the hermetical block apart. First of all, you have to open the upper part of the hard disk body. Then, use a pair of tweezers or a screwdriver to move the head slightly to the landing area while rotating the spindle in the right direction. To determine the direction where the spindle should be rotated, turn it slightly and have a look at the contacts of the magnetic head. They should not be stretched, otherwise you are risking to tear off the heads if you keep on rotating the spindle. Usually the right direction is counterclockwise, but there can be exceptions in your particular case. This method is good for recovering data, but you should not see it as actually repairing the disk. If the disk had this problem once, the situation may repeat itself pretty soon. Yes, in some cases the disk may keep on working for a long time without any issues, but you can hardly treat it as a completely reliable one. When opening the disk compartment, try to make sure that as little dust as possible gets inside, because it can affect its further work heavily. If the information on the hard disk is not vitally important and you wouldn't like to pay too much at the service workshop, and if you are sure that the actual problem with the hard disk is the magnetic head getting stuck, which you will find out only after you open the hermetical block, you can take the risk of putting the heads to their proper place on your own. Yet, if the information is too important, never open the hermetical part of the hard disk to try fixing the magnetic head problem without having the required skills and equipment. It's almost impossible to do without damaging the head suspension and the platter surface, even if you succeeded in fixing the stuck head problem and you did it in the cleanest room. Some dust from the air can get inside and result in more scratches on the platter surface, which makes it impossible to restore data even in a specialized lab. So before you begin taking the disk apart, think carefully about all pros and cons of your decision. And that is all for now. Hit the like button and subscribe to our channel, leave comments to ask questions. Thank you for watching and good luck!